You often hear that optics are the wave of the future, and you should have one or else.
Or else what?
Optics, also known as red dots, and lasers have their place. They can be great tools. They look cool too. So, should you get one? If you're not familiar with optics, these are gadgets that sit on top of a firearm. Shooters use them to aim instead of using the factory front and rear sights that come with the gun. When aiming at the target, you look through the window and see a shiny dot. Usually red or green. You place the dot on your target and shoot. Only you can see the dot. Your target cannot.
That's not fair, Joe.
Lasers, on the other hand, are boxy little gadgets that attach to a railing either on the side or bottom of your gun. When you turn the laser on, a beam appears. You point the beam at the target and shoot. However, unlike the optic, it is visible to everyone. So, if it's on while you're searching for the bad guys and gals, you pretty much telegraph your position. In short, optics and lasers do make target acquisition faster, especially if you have vision issues. Just point and shoot. Sounds pretty easy, doesn't it?
Oh, it sure does.
Well, not so fast. There are a few things you should know before you jump on the bandwagon and make the leap.
All right, everybody to your wagon! To your wagons!
Optics and lasers are battery operated. So if the battery runs out and the optic or laser fails when you need it most, it can become a problem. Yes, I've also been told that it's unlikely, but I had multiple optics and lasers fail or become loose while practicing at the range, so I don't trust that theory. Furthermore, outdoors, in bright sunshine, it can be difficult to find some dots regardless if they are red or green. To eliminate that, be ready to shell out some extra cash.
What? You can't be serious.
When you buy one of these gadgets and mount them on your firearm, not ready to use yet. They must be adjusted properly for accuracy. There are plenty of YouTube videos on how to do that. Just search for how to zero a red dot or laser. Once adjusted for accuracy, lasers are a little simple to use and have less of a learning curve. Optics require some getting used to and have a steeper learning curve. You'd be far better off seeking the help of a certified instructor than trying to figure it out on your own.
Damn, that's good advice.
So, if you're new to firearms, I recommend that you stick with the factory sights on your gun and learn how to use them without a second thought. Your next step ought to be learning to react and get effective shots on target without using your sights at all. It's intuitive and pretty much what point and shoot is.
The guns, the shooting, now I understand what it is to be an American.
Then you can transition to an optic or laser. Expect the transition period of a few weeks or months to become proficient using them. However, continue to train using your factory sights and your intuitive point and shoot technique as well. So if your optic or laser fails, you can still shoot effectively.
Let's hope so.
Understand that if you have to defend yourself with your gun, it is highly likely that the attack and your response will be so fast that you will not have time to line up your sights or optic anyway. You'll just point and shoot, so don't get hung up on whether you have a fancy gadget on your gun or not. Just train to be effective with the plain vanilla setup first. If you become too reliant on these gadgets and neglect to train with a basic setup, you'll find yourself hesitant, confused, and even panicky. That could cost you your life.
You serious? Serious as cancer.
I made that mistake in training, and it wasn't a good feeling because I realized at that point that the hesitation I felt could get me killed if I was facing a real deadly threat. Owning and/or carrying a gun for self-defense is not about being cool or having the fanciest setup. If you don't have the skills and the mindset, none of it will matter. Learn to crawl before you walk, before you run. Start and master a basic setup, and then make the transition under the guidance of a professional. It will save you time, money, and aggravation, and help you become the best shooter you can be. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and watch the next video right here. Train hard, often, and safely, and I'll see you at the range.